Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for Syscon TV. I'm here at 9th Cloud Expo, Silicon Valley. But much more importantly, Darryl Brown is here from Telx, which means I get to catch up on what's really going on in the cloud because he's out there doing it. I'm just talking about it. Darryl, welcome.
Thank you, Jeremy. Nice to see you again.
Telx, as usual when it's a Darryl Brown gig, is everywhere. So how do we orientate people onto this vibrant market that you're always doing so well in?
Yeah, I think in general how we orientate everybody in is we're seeing a lot more of the dedicated private clouds come up, people embracing the technology. Telx is right at the center of that. You know, we're where they live. So what I'm finding very exciting about everything right now is we're seeing more packaged solutions. So rather than people getting all confused around the technology, we're seeing people put together packaged solutions so you can buy something, stand it up and sell services on it or deliver it in IT in like 31 days. You know, and that's where Telx is playing very heavily now is we work with the various partners such as the Hexagrids of the world and the Joyants and the Morph Labs and the AppCores to deliver these, best way to put it, shrink-wrapped clouds.
Shrink-wrap clouds. You can always count on Darryl to coin a nice new thing. I mean, it is that simple. Well, simple, it's that difficult, but that's really what is your differentiator.
Yeah, I think our differentiator is, you know, it's not as hard as people think, and I think the confusion is what we've seen is people come in with a big list of hardware and then somebody says, well, what software do I throw on top of it? It's kind of, we're trying to turn it on its head. Yeah, like work out what do you actually want to do, what do you want to use it for, and then identify a provider that meets your needs, because all the providers that are, say, here today, they all have a different speciality, so until you work out what you want to use it for, how can you choose a provider? You know, just going to a hardware vendor and saying, I want to build a cloud, they're going to love you, they'll give you a big list of hardware, but in reality, that's not the way to go about it.
But does that put, Darryl, does that put Telx in the position of, so I'm now coming in to, you know, you're my favored restaurateur, but I'm actually working with you to work out what I should be eating?
Yeah, we're still neutral, because like we're a carrier-neutral data center, or a cloud-neutral cloud connection center, so it does put us in that point. You come to us and we'll, you know, talk to you and we'll like look at what you're trying to do, and then we'll bring in a friend that's going to actually work with you and deliver the right solution for your needs. So yeah, we're like a menu, I guess, right now.
No, that's another of your lovely phrases, the Cloud Connector Center. No one else has really picked up on that. You should make sure that's patented.
Oh, we've going through the process after our discussion last time.
Oh, good. Someone listens to the Syscon TV interviews. But I mean, in all seriousness, it is a great approach. It's refreshing, it's simple to comprehend, and yet it's very important to the industry.
Yeah, it's very important. You know, when you build these clouds, you've got to put them somewhere. You know, and people say, you know, I'll put it in my premise or on site, but at the end of the day, if you put your cloud in the WAN versus at the end of a loop, then you can have several deployments, manage it with a single pane of glass like everybody tells you here, and let the software do what it's good for, and it puts us smack bang in the middle of that scenario, you know, all the networks land.
I think it's because you're smack bang, I'm always asking these sort of prognostication type questions, but what do you see 2012 as being sort of the whole ecosystem? What is going to be the overriding activity?
I think the overriding activity next year, because we can feel it even just the past 6 months, is going to be people leveraging the cloud technology to basically automate their IT. You know, it's grown up, it's mature, the government's behind it like we discussed yesterday. You know, if we're seeing large deployments internally, I've got financial customers that use cloud technologies. So next year is all going to be about accelerating deployments, getting them up and running, simplifying IT, and hopefully helping drive the economy, because people are going to be able to focus on what they're good at, which is making their businesses run better and more efficiently, and let the cloud technology handle the hardware components, because that's what it's good at, right? Automation.
Right, I think we also talked offline, so maybe we should share that with you, this notion that we will have to keep telling people how well it's going to make sure it keeps going. So there's a sort of duty of care for the people involved at the moment and getting value out of it to report back.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is take the confusion out, let people realize it's a lot more simpler than, you know, we originally anticipated, and let people know that there are deployments going on, that it is going. These companies that are appearing like every month or so, they're making money. They can't keep doing this unless they're making money. And if they're making money, it means that it is being deployed, it is being successful, and there's a lot less smoke and mirrors going on that we typically see in a technology industry. This is real, and it is working.
That is the takeaway, really. Darryl Brown is telling you it is real, that it is simpler than you might hear from other people, that it is growing, that there is value. There's really nothing negative.
Yeah, there is nothing negative.
And security, we shouldn't be worrying. Let's lay that ghost.
Yeah, I'd say with security, everybody talks about public. When they think cloud, they think Amazon public cloud. The cloud technology that drives that, which we all use cloud today. If you got an iPhone, it's cloud technology behind that, right? If you go to a website, there's cloud technology behind. It's all there. We process our transactions. Our credit card numbers go through it. So security, I think, is a misnomer. And if you're really worried about security, you use the cloud technology internally, privately within your organization, and deploy it there. You may want to let somebody else manage it remotely, because we all do it today. Deploy it within your organization privately on dedicated hardware with dedicated software, and over time, like we discussed yesterday, you can grow out of that and leverage more of the public or the larger cloud solutions for bursting, for time-sensitive needs such as end of month or end of quarter or Christmas or whatever it may be.
There you are. If you don't know where to put your cloud, Darryl can tell you. It's not even a rude answer. Put it with him. Put it with Telx. Go to telx.com.
Absolutely, telx.com.
Don't put that second E in, telx.com. Thanks so much, Darryl Brown, for joining us here, Silicon Valley, and thank you for following along on the World Wide Web.
Thanks, Jeremy.